Why will Arsenal want to reenact the mistakes of going to sign the likes of, let me remind our refresh memory. We signed David Luiz. We know how that turned out. He has some few good games and majority bad games. We signed Willian. We saw how that one turned out. So why would we want to go and get Kante that is running barely on films? So that story, I think, is a bunch of BS. I think there are some journalists are just trying to get some traction on their website or on their Twitter, and I'm surprised a lot of Arsenal fans are getting reaction and etc. about this rumor. I think this rumor is full of BS. So let's move to Savic. For the past few weeks, we've been linked to Savic. In my opinion, is a top class. Hi guys, welcome back to Soccer with 304. Guys, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn the notification bell on. Like I said, if you're new to the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, very important for the algorithm, and turn the notification bell. So we're going to be discussing a bit of the transfer rumors and rumor mills going on, and some ridiculous rumors going around. So we're going to discuss four topical transfers: Kante, Savic, Lucas Torreira, and Tielemans. Like I said, we're going to discuss Kante, Savic, Lucas Torreira, and Tielemans. So guys, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn the notification bell on so that when I drop these videos and content, you can actually watch them and can get notified on your device, maybe on your smartphones or your tab. It's very important to turn the notification bell on. So let's start with Kante. I find very ridiculous, like the Daily Star reporting that Arsenal had considering a move for N'Golo Kante. Let's get it straight. We know that's some BS. We know there is no shred of truth in that. That's impossible. Why will Arsenal sabotage the process of getting the team to compete with the likes of Man City, the likes of Liverpool, and even the likes of Chelsea? We know we've regressed in years, and we're trying to play the catch-up. So how will we want to sabotage ourselves by signing a player like N'Golo Kante? With all due respect to him, he's a fantastic player when he was very, very good. Right now, N'Golo Kante is running on films. He's running on his last legs. So why will Arsenal want to get a player that last season barely played because he had so many injury concerns, so many doubts in so many games, even some games he was looked at as very inferior, not because he's not good, because age is finally catching up with him. His legs are on he's running his last legs. N'Golo Kante at his prime, fantastic player. Any team would love to have him. But for the last 2 years, his form has dipped. N'Golo Kante's form has dipped in the last 2 years. So why will Arsenal want to reenact the mistakes of going to sign the likes of, let me remind our refresh memory. We signed David Luiz. We know how that turned out. He has some few good games and majority bad games. We signed Willian. We saw how that one turned out. So why would we want to go and get N'Golo Kante that is running barely on films? So that story, I think, is a bunch of BS. I think there are some journalists are just trying to get some traction on their website or on their Twitter, and I'm surprised a lot of Arsenal fans are getting reaction and etc. about this rumor. I think this rumor is full of BS. So let's move to Savic. For the past few weeks, we've been linked to Savic. In my opinion, is a top-class midfielder, 27 years old. He plays for Lazio. We know for the past few years, he has been linked to the likes of Man U, Chelsea, and no moves are materialized. Now, for the past few months, even though I don't trust the Italian media, they've reporting that Arsenal are keen and very interested in signing Savic. My personal opinion is that there's a possibility there, but I do not trust the Italian media. I think even though he has 1 more year left on his deal, I think maybe it's injured talk trying to push a better deal for his clients at Lazio, or they're trying to push for a move. We can't actually tell what game is being played here. So the English media are not pushing this news. So that shows a bit of suspicion there. No credible tier 1 journalist has actually pushed this news. So it's a bit doubtful. I'm not saying it's impossible, because let's not forget, when we signed Fabio Vieira, no outlet, no tier 1 media was aware of this until the last hours of the deal. So it's possible that Arsenal might be interested, and it might just be agent talk or media talk to push a better deal for Savic. Like I say, he's a fantastic midfielder in my opinion. He will be a welcome addition to Arsenal midfield. He's a box-to-box sort of midfielder. He scores goals, he tackles, he has a good engine. I will love him at Arsenal. But is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? That, like I said, there is no credible legs to this news. So I will not get too excited as an Arsenal fan of the prospect of having Savic. Let's move to the next news. Lucas Torreira. We know Lucas Torreira, what I call a successful loan at Fiorentina. He played well. He won 4 Player of the Month award at Fiorentina. But unfortunately, the deal for him to stay at Fiorentina fell through because, according to Lucas Torreira, somebody on the board of Fiorentina did not want to sign off the deal. We know we had an agreement with Fiorentina that it was a loan with an option to buy, and he agreed to the stipulated amount to buy Lucas Torreira. He had a successful loan. He played very well. The fans loved him, but for some reason, Fiorentina renegated on their deal to sign him on a permanent deal for some reason. So he's back at Arsenal, and there are rumors that he might be reenacted or reintegrated into the Arsenal squad. Yes, he has to report back to train to his parent club. Yes, he's still an Arsenal player. But the rumors going around that Arsenal wants him back and they want to reintegrate him into the squad, I think those are false rumors. Arteta has made it clear that he is not part of his plans. Now, it doesn't mean you have to push him out. He's an Arsenal player and he has to report back to training, just like every other player. So there is I don't see the news there that people are thinking suddenly Arteta wants to reintegrate him into the fold. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it looks very highly unlikely because Arsenal are gunning for other midfielders, and I don't see how he's going to fit into Arteta's plans. I do not see how Lucas Torreira is going to fit Arteta's plan. They don't need for Arsenal fans to panic. I know he's a decent player, but unfortunately, it hasn't worked out well. There's some players that don't just work out well for other clubs or other countries. He would like to go back to Italy or Spain. For some reason, he didn't settle in England. He's not thought of Arteta. He's not thought of Lucas Torreira. These things happen in life, and football is an extension of life. These things happen. Some players don't integrate well at other places for some reasons that you can't actually pinpoint. So the news about Lucas Torreira is going to be reintegrated to the Arteta's plan, I think, is wide off the mark. I don't see any legs in that. I don't think that's going to be possible. Guys, do not forget, like I said, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn the notification bell on. It's very, very important. So the last bit of news I want to talk about is Tielemans. We know we've done a bit of groundwork since last December about this player. We know he said he wanted to play for a Champions League club. Unfortunately, Arsenal didn't make it to the Champions League club, to Champions League competition, but we kept on trying to get him. But some reasons after the season, the zest to get Tielemans, I just faded off. We don't know why. We're hearing rumors that Arsenal are still interested, but no official bid has been made. That seems a bit suspicious, in my opinion. What do you guys think? How can we be keenly interested? We've done a bit of groundwork. We've been talking to his agent since December, or through January. Then the transfer window opens. For some reason, we've not made no official bid. There's something going on there. Either Arsenal have found a better player in that position, or Arsenal are looking at the fact that maybe Leicester are demanding a ridiculous amount of money as a transfer fee for a player that has just 1 year. And Arsenal says, okay, we'll wait till the last day of the transfer window so we can push it through. Either of those two, or Arsenal find a better option. Now, I tilt to the fact that Arsenal might have found a better option, in my opinion. Yes, Tielemans is the top player. He had what I'll call a very subdued, underwhelming season last season. But that doesn't take away from the quality of player. We know what he did 2 years ago against Chelsea in the FA Cup final, scoring that thunderbolt. In my opinion, Tielemans is still a very, very good player. He's a top player that can get to that world class if he improves on his game. So he's still in a good age, 25 years of age, which is decent. He has the experience in the Premiership. He's not a slouch. So, but for some reason, Arsenal have not actually bidded for him. What could be the reason? Like I said, maybe Leicester are demanding a higher transfer fee for a player that has 1 year on contract, or Arsenal are waiting to the end of the transfer window to push this deal through, or there is a better and a bigger player Arsenal are trying to get. One of these reasons that we'll find out very soon. We'll find out what Arsenal play is at. So let's calm down. Let's not get hysterical about this transfer window. We've signed the likes of Gabriel Jesus. We've brought in Fabio Vieira. We know we still need a bit more quality, especially in the midfield and in the left back position. In my opinion, maybe one more forward. So I think we still need at least 3 quality players, in my opinion. All people are asking for 4 or 5 players. I think that's delusional. That's impossible. That is not realistic. Let's be real. Arsenal cannot get in 4 or 5 players, 6 more players. No, we have to be realistic, and we have to know that we do not have infinite resources to procure these players. So we know we're on a budget, but we don't have the money like the likes of Manchester City or Chelsea, even at Man U. We know what's going on with Lisandro deal. So we have a budget and we have finite resources. We don't have infinite resources. So let's calm down and take it easy and let's be patient. I know the transfer window can be frustrating sometimes if you get too hysterical about it. Let's calm down. I know Arsenal to get certain deals done. So do not get overhyped on this nonsense loud minority on Twitter or other platform or people with other channels trying to how do I put it? Put out inflammatory narratives that can get the fans riled up. Let's calm down. There's still time for us to get signings in. We have a decent squad. In my opinion, we have a good enough squad to start the English Premiership. I know some of you will jump at me for that. We still have a good squad to start the English Premiership campaign, and we can still add a few more. Let's calm down. Like I said, if you disagree with me, leave it in the comment section respectfully. No need to trade insults. Leave your disagreement or your comment in the comment section respectfully. Like I said, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn notification bell. Soccer with 304. Like I said, I'll see you guys in the next one.